And here is the Writer's Almanac for Tuesday, the 29th of June, 2021. 1956, on this day, President Eisenhower signed the Federal Highway Act, which established the interstate highway system. During World War II, he'd been impressed by the Autobahn system in Germany, decided the United States needed something comparable. It turned out to be the largest public works project in American history. The first coast-to-coast interstate was I-80, completed in 1986, running from New York City to San Francisco. It's the birthday of the writer Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, born in Lyon, France in 1900, renowned pilot, best known today for his classic children's book, The Little Prince, about a little boy who lives on a planet so small he can watch the sun set 44 times a day. Saint-Exupéry grew up in a castle with a coterie of aunts and cousins and sisters and nurses. The family was aristocratic but impoverished. He became a pilot in the French Air Force. He helped establish airmail routes over Northwest Africa, the South Atlantic, South America, crashed numerous times, and despite all of the injuries, he continued to fly. 1935, trying to win a big prize by setting a new speed record from Paris to Saigon, he and his mechanic crashed in the Sahara Desert. Wandered for 4 days. He used some of that experience in writing his book, The Little Prince. 1944, Saint-Exupéry flew a reconnaissance mission over France and never returned, crashed in the Mediterranean not far from Provence. It was on this day in 1613 the Globe Theatre burned to the ground in London. The thatched roof caught on fire after a cannon misfired during a production of Henry VIII. It was rebuilt in 1614 and was in use until 1642, when the Puritans closed all the theaters and the building was pulled down. A replica was built in the 1990s. It's the birthday of the man who wrote Guys and Dolls, Frank Lesser, composer, lyricist, born in New York City in 1910. Also wrote the first big hit song of World War II, Praise the Lord and Pass the Ammunition. Here's a poem by Elizabeth Gaskell on visiting the grave of my stillborn little girl, Sunday, July 4th, 1836. I made a vow within my soul, O child, when thou wert laid beside my weary heart, with marks of death on every tender part, that if in time a living infant smiled, winning my ear with gentle sounds of love, in sunshine of such joy I still would save a green rest for thy memory, O dove, and oft times visit thy small, nameless grave. Thee have I not forgot, my firstborn, though whose eyes ne'er opened to my wistful gaze, whose sufferings stamped with pain thy little brow. I think of thee in these far happier days, and thou, my child, from thy bright heaven see how well I keep my faithful vow to thee. On visiting the grave of my stillborn little girl, Sunday, July 4th, 1836, a poem by Elizabeth Gaskell from the complete works of Elizabeth Gaskell. That's the Writer's Almanac for Tuesday, June the 29th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.